The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, says President Muhammadu Buhari will decide the fate of ministers who declared interest in elective offices but later backed out. Addressing State House correspondents after the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting, Mohammed said he will need to confirm with the President the status of the returning ministers on whether or not they have been reabsorbed into cabinet. For more details in this next report. This is the first Federal Executive Council meeting after President Muhammadu Buhari held a valedictory session with outgoing ministers. At the last council meeting, the president had asked ministers seeking elective offices during the 2023 general election to resign from their position. Though some of the ministers had a change of mind and returned for this week's council meeting, the final decision of the position in the cabinet rests with the president.
Ministers returning or not going, I think you need to give me more time so that I can tell you exactly what the situation is. Right now, I need to cross-check. I need to confirm again from Mr. President what the situation is.
The Minister of Information also clarified his statement, alleging that the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is using social media site Facebook to incite violence in the country.
We had a very robust discussion with Facebook. Facebook saw our point and they said they are going to do much more than what they are doing. So if they do that, why would we ban them? We don't ban for banning's sake. We would only suspend operations if, for any reason, security lives are threatened and they do not listen.
Also speaking at the meeting, the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, revealed FAC-approved 169.7 billion naira for the reconstruction of 4 roads under the tax credit scheme to allow the private sector finance public infrastructure in lieu of tax and then offset it over time using tax credits.
The appetite for private sector investment is increasing to fund infrastructure, even in the last year of government. I think a lesson to take away from that is the distance between policy and results. It always takes some time. But we're beginning to see results. Some of the other investors, apart from NNPC and Mainstream, which I've discussed today, we first had the Dangote Group. So we can see the result of that policy on the Apapa-Orunshoki Expressway now, much more motorable than it was 3 or 4 years ago, now nearing completion.
On his part, the Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Clement Agba, presented an update on the Phase 3 of the Lighthouse Program on the digital infrastructure of voluntary assets, revealing the project's Lighthouse application is a debt recovery model.
With the system, we are able to know those contractors who are owing us, that's those who have some debts, and when we now have to pay them when they have invoices, what we do is to first deduct their debts before they are paid.
The minister also disclosed that with Phase 1 and 2, the government had been able to recover 5 billion naira from contractors, assuring that with implementation of the third phase, more recovery would be made. Mary Kanu, TV360, Nigeria.